In this video, we're going to highlight two additional features that are introduced and or enhanced in Gluware 4.0 release, starting with the Cisco inventory with report, or the Cisco, I should say, extended inventory. So the extended inventory capability was released previously, but now we've enhanced it where when you drill into your devices, you see that detailed information in the user interface, not just the externally generated report. And where these details come in handy is if you're a Cisco customer and maybe you're using third-party maintenance, or maybe you're renewing your SmartNet renewal contract, you want to be up to date on exactly what you're running in your network. So that really is the key reason to execute and fully understand a very detailed inventory of your installed Cisco product line. The next feature we're going to take a look here is the Cisco License Inventory Report. So this kind of takes inventory one step further into actually looking at the license inventory. So the customers that we're working with who have install base of a lot of Cisco equipment are challenged by having to capture and understand the underlying licenses that they have. So Cisco's changed licensing a few times over the years. There are perpetual licenses that go for the life of the product. There are licenses with activation keys and also EULA agreements that you have to go into. And then there is also smart licensing. When customers are trying to understand this, and if they need to, are either triggered to audit their inventory, or maybe they're renewing the SmartNet maintenance contract and want to be paying for exactly what they've licensed and what they're running in the network, they're able to use Gluware to automate the capture of the output of the show license command as well as the show version and validate exactly what's running. So in essence, this is built directly into Device Manager. We've extended the Cisco Discovery component to also check license information and then build that into the Device Manager and also make it available as a data export report. So this is a tremendous time saver when performing and or required to reconcile with what you've been purchased or what you're running in the network. And we've had a lot of confirmation from early adopters of this functionality that it's very highly useful and a huge time saver. So let's take a look in the UI. Okay, here we are in the Gluware 4.0 user interface, and I'm here in one of my dashboards for my inventory. So let's navigate into Device Manager and jump into these features. So in Device Manager, what you're going to see is you'll see all the devices that you've imported and most likely performed discovery on. If you see the grid populated here with a lot of information, discovery has already been complete, and I did recently run discovery on these devices. So just for the purpose that these two features I'm describing are specific to Cisco, I will go ahead and filter this grid to filter by vendor. So now I can take all my Cisco devices and look at them specifically. So now looking at these Cisco devices, let's take a look at what some of these enhancements are around the detailed inventory. So let me double click into one of my switches here, the 2960, and you'll see the detailed information here in the device details view. And as I scroll down here, you're going to see a new field called components. So components, if it is a multi-chassis, multi-module type of device, you're going to see this populated with the hardware inventory. Let me see if I can find one that might be populated. Here's a Cisco 9K. And I can see here in the components, I have details like my power supply, the SKU, the serial number, the path, the type. So this is where the extended details come into when you're doing an extended inventory report. One other thing I want to touch on here is if I navigate into the activities and I can see a discovered job has been complete here, you can always look into the details of a job and look at what Gluware did. So if we look at this job, the green text is highlighting response from the device. And I just want to show you real quick that we're capturing a show version and capturing all this output and saving it within Gluware. So we're already capturing information about the licensing here. You can see later on as we run additional information, run additional captures, you were running the show inventory or show boot. Wanted to get down to where, show module, show switch, show license all. This is what we're automating to capture the output of the detailed license information. So here is really a key component of Gluware in terms of the device discovery that takes place when we interrogate a Cisco device. We're running additional commands to capture the extended inventory information and to capture the additional licensing information. So now let's navigate to data export. And here in data export, I use the drop down here, and I have a drop down for a Cisco extended inventory device list. I just run and download that, and you're going to see pop up in the bottom of your screen the Excel spreadsheet that's been generated, and I will open that once okay, and here's the extended inventory list that has been generated. And so you can see, I'll expand some of these columns here, but you can see the serial, the SKU, and many other details, the fan trays, the components. All of this detailed inventory has been captured and is available as an externally exported result. So very useful if you're trying to reconcile with, this is equipment running in your network versus what you might be paying for in a SmartNet contract. So let me close that report, and let's generate the next report, which is the Cisco inventory license list. So we select that data export, we say run and download. And if I take a look at this that has been created, I see all my license information available here, the feature set that's licensed, the status of it, if the EULA was accepted or not, and I can scroll through these and look at my inventory on what licenses are enabled, what EULAs are accepted, and you get the full inventory of your Cisco for all the supported devices that we have in this report. So with that concludes this demo. I'd like to again thank you for your time and interest in Gluware. And if you're interested in taking the next step, either to try the product on your own or engage with Gluware, you have kind of three primary options. One is with the launch of Gluware Pro. There's a free version of Gluware for up to 100 devices. Go to gluware.com/pricing to learn more. We also have a test drive you could sign up for where we set you up with a virtual environment and let you run through a bunch of test cases. So it's gluware.com/test-drive. And then if you'd like to talk through the use cases and see if we can fit your individual needs in terms of what you're trying to automate, request a demo and our sales team will engage. So gluware.com/request-demo, fill out a short form, and we will get with you to understand your requirements and see if we can help you out. We look forward to working with you. Thank you.